In this video I would like show you or give you a tutorial how to cross the gap. So how you find the better way or easier way to cross gaps, because some people when they're flying, especially when you finish your course and you are just fresh pilot, you just kind of like to following where is the cliff edge, and when you crossing gaps from when jumping from one cliff on the other, doesn't need to be on the cliffs, can be ocean, it doesn't need to be on the ocean, can be gaps in Alps or can be any gaps you want to cross with a paraglider. Just when you will crossing the gaps, I will show you like which way you should cross the gap and why, because probably you heard many times about the Venturi effect. So what the hell Venturi is? Actually the Venturi is everywhere around us, so happening on the hills. That's why we fly in the wings, because the Venturi effect on the top of the wing is accelerating. That's why I'm just making a lift. And if you want to see like what actually Venturi is or what's that, you can just Google it or something like that. But good news, Mr. Venturi is dead, so not worry about him anymore. And hopefully that video will help you understand how I crossing the gaps. I work it out by myself, because many times I was sucked behind the cliff and always I was lucky not injure myself. So I would like make sure you understand from my point of view, so maybe that one will be helpful and you will be able to stay safe. I've got a small explanation of what the Venturi effect actually is, because some people like don't know, no, Venturi, what are he talking about, hell? When the air is squeezing in the gap or somewhere, anything like air or liquid, so it's squeezing and going much quicker. So when I'm flying on a paraglider, like cliffs or around the hill, I always try and imagine like how the water will be behaving. That's why I'm here on small pond on the top. As you can see, small waterfall. So when I'm flying around the cliffs, between the gaps or around the hills, I always like to imagine how the water will behave when we will hitting the gap or hitting the cliffs or hitting the hill or anything else. So how the water going around. So what I would like to show you, the Venturi effect in real life, and it's working on the cliff pretty much everywhere else. So now you can imagine these guys are paragliders, and this one here is a cliff edge. So there is cliff edge, you're flying that way, that one is a gap, and the other cliff edge starting with that green finishing somewhere over there. So you as a paraglider, when you're crossing the gap, some people just going straight in the Venturi effect, so that's when the waterfall falling. So as I will show you, when you're flying in the front in the strong winds, you can fly happily slow, but as you're approaching the gap, you accelerate and you're sucked behind. So that's the Venturi happening. So Venturi effect, as you're flying in the front, you can fly happily, nice and slow around the cliff, but as you're approaching or crossing the gaps, some people like to go just where is the edge, but they don't realize where is that edge. Is so strong Venturi effect. So as you can see, the leaf, if you will see that leaf, you can happily like fly here because you've got a forward speed, so you can actually penetrate much forward with no problem. And then you will came on the gap here, and you pointing then in the front, and you're in the Venturi, and you will be, what will happen, you will be gone behind the hill. So I hope that small explanation was enough to understand how the Venturi effect working, and you will see on video I prepare for you I crossing the gaps, and I will explaining which way is the best to crossing the gaps, so you will see. And on the end of that video I then actually, because I was flying really strong condition, I was trying more strong condition that I always used to flying, but on the end the wind was picking up all the time, so I can't cross it back, so I was sucked in the Venturi, and you will see what will actually happen. So when you've got a hill and you've got gap here, and that hill is not facing that way but is slightly on the angle, so always that Venturi effect will go around the edges, so will be much stronger around the edges. So even you're flying in the front and then you go close to the edge and really close, you can be still sucked backwards. It happened on the video, so you will see. It's a bit windy. Yeah, it's a bit windy. It's not that easy. People watching. I will put the chase cam on the back, but okay, check the condition. All right. Okay, we will just turn. I think should be good. Should be good. And we will see. Right. Wing over. Not too close, because Venturi is bitch. Go in the front bit. Yeah, lefty, full bar. Not moving much forwards. Come on, full bar, full bar, full bar. Come on, let's go free in front. Okay, release the bar. Let's do a few wing overs. Hey, hey, woohoo! Nice, nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. Let's come here. Over the people. Woohoo! Nice. My favorite side here, guys. But it's crowded, so it's not good taking off here. But that gentleman taking off just from left corner when there's nobody. There we should taking off when there are people here. So don't taking off here when it's busy. Ah, oh, nice. Some girl waving me. Come on. Quite strong. It's about 18 to 20 gusts in miles per hour. I don't penetrate too much forward, but I'm kind of light on my cure. So yeah, looks good. How you doing, guys, over there? You're looking fantastic. Climbing up. Nice. In strong condition, guys, that gap here is a squeezing, so the air is accelerating much quicker in that gaps. So every single gap you want to cross, and you won't just cross that way, you will be pulled with the Venturi, because especially on lower, the wind are stronger. When you're slightly higher, the wind are not that, they're a bit stronger than on the lower, because it's the wind gradient. But if you won't choose the path, some people will choose the path straight like that, but I always choose the path going straight over the top. So when I'm crossing, I'm going over the ocean. I don't going straight line there, because the Venturi will pick me there. But I need point straight over the ocean. When the Venturi is not that strong, I should go with penetration. And when I will lose more altitude, I can still go closer to the cliff. Like now, I can just go slightly scoop closer, and I should be lifted up. Up. Okay, bar off slowly. Nice. Up. And turn outside, and now I can just slowly going up with the cliffs, and some people will take picture now. Don't go too close, because Venturi. Okay, full bar, go in the front. Nice. I don't want to be sunbathing under the cliff, guys. That's a dangerous place to be, and this one as well. But that one will drop on your face. So that's how you should cross the gap. Okay, I don't accelerating that much forward. Like, let's say here, if you want to cross the gap, now it's much easier to crossing, because I'm pointing slightly away from the cliff. But the Venturi, the lower wind pushing on the bottom, and as the gap squeezing one way that way and from the other way that way, as the guy is now, he will struggling with the crossing, is more pointing into the wind. So what I will do in my case, or pretty much always any strong winds, you want to be in the front of the ocean, just making kind of like small line in the front. Then you will cross your gap much higher, much quicker and much better, because when you're going in a line the cliffs, so there is the Venturi, you will be pinned in the air, and you will be facing forward like the glider is now, and you will go struggling penetrating that way. So the better is just be in the front and start crossing that way. If I will lose my altitude there, then I can go quickly, go closer to the cliff. But if I will go that way, then I need pointing in the front, and then I will be really slowly moving to the right. And what that means, I was just losing more altitude, more and more, and I will be landing on the middle. So for strong wind crossing gaps, always make sure you're flying nice in the front, and then when you will lose over the ocean, or then you can go closer to the hill and as you go up. And I don't know who is the guy. We waving me, I'm waving him, so looking good. Woohoo! I will try to turn my chest cam. This one is small remote control for the GoPro behind me, so I can control the camera. But I charged the batteries yesterday and showing flat, but now it's recording. Now I will go for full bar here and just go in the front. Now I can penetrate much faster, much better. I will lose some altitude, but not that much, as I will be close to the cliff, because I will be straight in the Venturi. Now when I slightly going below the cliffs, as you can see below the cliff edge, now I can slightly start turning to the right, gently, just go straight on that edge of the cliff, and I should be lifted up soon. Oh, now small lift coming and pointing away from the cliff, and now I can go closer. So okay, I made it. Now bar off, slowly, slowly, slowly. Now I will go in the lift, and don't be catch here, because now you think, oh, it's not windy here, but the Venturi will push you straight behind the hill, so good respect in strong winds. I can be on the brakes and slowly climbing. I'm in the front, just to put the altitude a bit more, that's it. And when I'm happy with my altitude, then I can slightly let the glider fly and fly in forward. Fly in the front, because the wind is lifting up over here. You don't need to go close to the edge, because there you will find it's not wind, and then it's windy on the top, so you will be blown backwards. So make sure you're staying in the front like I am now, because if you can imagine, the wind's coming like that and pushing over here, so there is like kind of, you imagine hill, so the wind are pushing here and up. So I just surfing this imaginary wave, and I'm in the lift band. I don't need to be over the cliffs, because some people flying too close in the cliffs in strong winds, they think that the lift will be there, but there on the middle is kind of dead side. When you're walking on the beach, there is no wind at all on the bottom, even on the halfway on the cliff, because the strong winds are in the front and on the top where the Venturi are. Now when I will slightly closer to that top of my imaginary wave, I will be start rising quickly. And now, okay, will be a bit shaky because we are below the cliff. And now, perfect, smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. We will see if I can cross West Bay, but for crossing West Bay I will need kind of low altitude, because that gap is much wider, but same, I will be crossing a way out. You will see in a minute. You can see how far I'm from the cliff. On the ocean you've got the white horses, the white waves. That means it's 15 plus miles an hour, so it's over, because they're starting around the 15, so above now is like 18, 19, gusts 20, 21, 22 could be. But I don't need to be close to the cliff, because when the wind are stronger, the lift bands are more pointing forward. So there on the back you will be struggling with the strong winds, but with the light winds they will be perfect fine. But here I'm still climbing, and still climbing quite good, but I doesn't have my reserve. I need buy reserve. I'm flying without one, but who gives a shit. I need smaller version, because I've got too big, but I need smaller reserve. Oh, some slides. So I still am away from the cliff, and I can feel the climbing. So when I will be crossing kind of aiming for that red point. As you can see, it's kind of away from the hill, and oh, some nice lift. And always check your wind direction, but I think it's slightly westerly, so I will be struggling going that way. So that's why I need as much altitude as I can, and then I will be able to hopefully just skew over the corner, because now I'm not moving much forward. 10k, 9k, 8 kilo, 7, okay, not much, so it's not much for crossing. So I will stay here a bit while and do more altitude. And wind gradient working perfectly well. When you are lower, I can penetrate, I can fly left and right, but as I'm climbing higher and higher, I'm just pinning in the air, because lower the wind speed is more slower than on the top. So let's say on the bottom was just 13 miles an hour or 15, when I'm higher 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, up to 25 I guess is here, because here is my ground speed. When I point straight into the wind, I'm slowing down, free, and I'm accelerating. Oh, I'm going backwards. Okay, so yeah, I need to go forward, so full bar, and now I'm going forward, so less bar. I need to fly in the front, More in the front. Let me go forward. Maybe it won't happen. I will need Speedwing. Even Speedwing won't do it. Maybe Enzo. Come on. I need push in the front. Push, 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 push. Pushing, 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 pushing. No, I don't think so. I will be able to go there. Maybe I can walk, but I don't want to walk with the camera because I will shred my camera on the back. Now I need fast. I can do it pretty much. I won't be able to do this one. It's too strong. And if I don't fly with my chase cam, I will do it. But then I will need put the wing down over there, and I will destroy my camera. So it's not worth it. And people telling us we are crazy. But look, these people down, they're lying on the beach, just under the cliff. So when that one will fall, like next to him, he won't be laughing. I will, because I will be seeing it. Not safe, guys. We've got a safer spot here. Some waving over there. All right. Nice. I like flying low. So now, without bar or anything, I'm penetrating 20k an hour. So it's much faster flying lower than in higher altitudes. So if you wish to traveling from one cliff on the other, you have to stay low. And if you want to stay low, just go in the front, lose your altitude, and then when you go close to the cliff, you can kind of stay on the low point. And now when I'm cross on that cliffs, make sure I've got the altitude here, then slightly pointing out, and then I will be able to reach that edge. So I will take some altitude. So I've got some altitude, not much, but now I will put the bar on because I can't go anywhere. Go slightly forward and crossing that way, then I should be able to hit it over there. So I'm just using nearly full bar. I can just slightly release 14 kilometers an hour. So because I got a slightly crosswinds that way, so I push much quicker over there. Now I can go on full bar, weight shifting. The base is doing the weight shifting, and I'm on my laserizers. If something happens, I can just nick them backwards. Oh, and slightly steer with them as well, lifting me up. Some nice warm air. Oh, there's the cloud growing. Okay, some thermal. And now slightly weight shifting to left, and I kind of just grabbing, not straight on the corner, but between. Oop. And it kind of helped grabbing, slightly release the bar, and now full bar, and I'm going quicker. And I didn't lose that much altitude like when I will be on the middle and struggling. Come on! Oh, I didn't turn this one on. Okay, I think I need to play with the brakes now. Come on, I don't want to land. That will be tough. I can go closer. Venturi. Alright, girl. Up. I think come on, I don't want to land with brake. Slightly in the front. Alright. Okay, land here. And push forward. Oh, forward, forward, forward. Because the Venturi is now strong here. That's it. Push, push, push. Okay, Venturi win. I don't. My camera. Okay, perfect. And stop dragging my glider. Okay, job done. Never done takeoff here, but I would like try the theory. When it's too strong, maybe I can just fly over there. Maybe not. Maybe it will be just ground handling. Come on, you bastard! I will just shred the wing. Yes, some people like to hop. That's good. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you. No, I'm just over the edge. Okay. Venturi on the top is a bitch. And one brake working always. Always when you're in the trouble, guys, take one brake and run. And we can go anywhere. So I think I'm packing up here, and I can't go that way up. Too windy.